The Food and Wine Festival is finally here, and you guys know we have eaten everything at the festival, every single item. So we can't wait to share our best of the fest with you right now. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. I'm sorry if my voice is a little rough. I have had a long week with Galaxy's Edge and food and wine and everything happening. It's been crazy, but it has been awesome. And the Food and Wine Festival is here. We've tried it all, so we've rounded up those favorite dishes. This year we've seen a lot of additions and changes to the Food and Wine Fest as well. New booths, Appleseed Orchard, the Alps, the Donut Box is coming October 1st, and Cool Wash is coming October 1st. There's tons of new menu items at the returning booths, lots of new merch, including the new Chef Mini line, and lots of annual pass holder goodies. So new chefs, new Eat to the Beat acts, and even a few new festival official cheese crawl. So all the details are over on DisneyFoodblog.com. You can check them out, but don't worry, we've got a PDF for you, DisneyFoodblog.com/2019 Best of the Fest will get you our full list of Best of the Fest eats. All you have to do is join our completely free newsletter and we'll get a PDF right over to you of all of those Best of the Fest items. So be sure to go head over to DisneyFoodblog.com/2019 Best of the Fest. All right, let's dive into those best of items. First up, we're going to go to the Alps to have that warm raclette Swiss cheese. This thing is amazing, and it's a favorite of mine personally. You guys know I lived in Switzerland for a year, and raclette, which is melty raclette cheese poured over bread, boiled potatoes, gherkins, and other goodies, is a staple in Switzerland, and it is truly delicious, and Disney does a really good job. They do a really cool thing where they kind of shave off the melted cheese from this half round of raclette cheese, and they shave it off right onto your vegetables. So good, really delicious, really fresh, and excellent. So definitely try this one. Next up, that Spanish-style paella with botafara and roasted chicken in Spain. So the paella is a little bit different this year. There's a little bit of heat to it, lots of flavor, really good. So if you didn't love the paella last year, don't worry. It's a little bit changed, a little bit different. I think you're gonna like it a lot this year. Over at the islands of the Caribbean, the jerk spiced chicken with roasted sweet plantain salad and mango chutney yogurt. I know you're saying, AJ, the chicken hasn't been all that great the past few years. True, but now they've got an outdoor grill. They've got a chef there cooking it fresh. It is incredible, super flavorful. I think you're really gonna like it. Give it a try this year. All right, the Citrus Sunrise at Joffrey's Coffee. So this is Joffrey's puts out like 3 or 4 specialty drinks every food and wine festival. So this one really took us by surprise. You're going to find this Citrus Sunrise over near the Canada Pavilion. And we would really opt for this drink over the Aulani Sunrise over in the Hawaii booth. It's excellent, definitely worth your dollars. Next up, that roasted lamb chop and deconstructed pavlova at Australia. So Australia's had a lamb chop for a while, but it's a little bit changed up this year, and it really took our reviewers by storm. And also at the Australia booth, there's that not too sweet dessert, the deconstructed pavlova, which is kind of fun, kind of interesting. It does have meringues, so if you're not a meringue fan, don't go for this. But there are 3 little meringues in there, and this is a pretty good run. Kind of a trifle situation, but deconstructed. The spicy hummus fries are back, and there's a New York strip steak green chermoula flatbread as well at Morocco. Both of these are excellent options. The spicy hummus fries are super delicious as always, even though there's been a little bit of a sauce update. This is a chipotle sauce. We wanted more sauce though, so make sure when you order yours to ask for extra bonus sauce. And then the flatbread, which was basically kind of a taco, had a really good kick to it. This is that steak flatbread. We really enjoyed this one as well. Another best of the fest for us was over at the Japan booth, and this was the frothy ramen and teriyaki chicken bun at Japan. So the frothy ramen is a little bit different. This is going to be a go-to for your more adventurous eaters in Epcot. So it's made with chilled noodles and dashi broth and is topped with a light foam. So this is a little bit fishy and strong, and the flavors are super powerful. So be sure that you are ready for that kind of thing if you get this one, but if that's the kind of food you like to eat, you're really going to like this one. And then the teriyaki chicken bun is back at Japan as well, filled with chicken, bits of veggies, and that mildly sweet teriyaki sauce. So good. Definitely kind of a good introduction for maybe pickier eaters to a different kind of food. All right, the trio of artisan cheeses and butternut squash ravioli at the Wine and Dine studio. So that trio of artisan cheese is so good. 3 distinct and unique cheeses, really good, lots of flavor. If you're a cheese fan like I am, these are a must do. And of course, that butternut squash ravioli came back this year. Love it. It's delicious. Definitely worth your time. Definitely worth your money. Over in France, there's a fondue of imported cheeses. This one's so good. It's just a big bowl of cheese, but they only have a couple little squares, I guess they're rectangles, of bread with this one. So we're really hoping that they change that up and instead bring in maybe a baguette, a full baguette, or something like that. But we really love the cheese. We love the fondue. We just need more things to dip in it. The Madras Red Curry over in India, so good again. This is a real favorite of one of our taste testers, and even though it is vegetarian, there's a whole lot of flavor to it. There's a lot of sauce to mix into the rice. The chickpeas were perfect. They just melted in your mouth. These are really, really good. The funnel cake stand has a mini funnel cake this year. Usually they have those giant funnel cakes. This one has a little tiny one, which is kind of the perfect bite if you're going around the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. You don't want a huge funnel cake because it's going to take up too much space, right? You need room for more food. So this little funnel cake was really, really good. Now this one this year has vanilla ice cream and mixed berry sangria compote. Really good, but we didn't really taste a whole lot of sangria, so just heads up on that. All right, over at the Refreshment Port, they've got a new poutine. You knew we would get to this eventually, right? So the poutine this year is going to be the duck confit poutine. It's really, really good. You've got duck confit and cheese sauce and some cracklins on top. Now the cracklins didn't have a whole lot of flavor, but the cheese and the confit duck really made up for that. It was really, really good. Definitely worth trying. All right, we've got a great booth in Coastal Eats this year. This is one of our favorites. The True Striped Bass Tostada. Excellent. All the textures in this one worked really well together. Then you've got that amazing baked shrimp scampi dip. That thing is awesome every year, and you should absolutely get it. It's basically like the best sort of Alfredo meets shrimp scampi. It's so buttery and rich. It's delicious. Definitely something to get. And then the mule beer here this year is so excellent. It's a Shorts Brewing Company mule beer. It's got that little bit of a spicy flavor, super delicious, and all of our team really loves it. Over in the Mexico booth, we've got the smoky margarita and the chocolate bread pudding this year. So that smoky margarita, again, that's going to be for a certain audience. You got to love those smoky flavors in your drinks. And I know some of you don't, but if that's your jam, you're going to love the smoky margarita. One of our reviewers really enjoyed it. And then there's the chocolate bread pudding. This thing is huge, giant portion, and the sauce is delicious. So definitely try that one out over in the Mexico booth. Italy was one of my favorite booths personally. They have these giant pork ribs this year. They're so delicious, lots of flavor, and again, definitely big enough to share. And there were several other items at this booth that were very, very good, but the pork ribs really did stand out, so definitely get those. The Ireland booth is again a winner this year with that Guinness Bailey's shake, which is really more chocolate than anything else. The roasted Irish sausage, the warm Irish cheddar cheese and stout dip that I just can't get enough of. I wish I could get it year round. All this stuff is great, definitely worth your money. Get to the Ireland booth again this year. Over at Sommerfest, they brought in a frangipane peach tart. There's a huge half peach atop of this tart. It's so good, really tasty, not too sweet, very light. This has to be on your must-try list. And then, of course, we've got that Active Eats booth that has the spice-crusted Verlasso salmon this year, which is a really great kind of healthier for you dish. A little bit lighter, maybe better for these super hot days here at the beginning of the festival. And then that loaded mac and cheese is back. It's pretty much the same. The only real change is that they're using leeks instead of green onions. But we felt like the strength of the cheese flavor was a little bit decreased with this one, so it might be a little bit more family friendly. Maybe if your kiddos don't love that strong cheese on mac and cheese, this might be a little bit more something they would go for. But overall, the Active Eats booth is definitely a must try. Over at Hops and Barley, that amazing fresh baked carrot cake came back this year with that cream cheese icing. So good. Definitely one of our favorite desserts at the festival every year. And then another one of our favorite booths is the Africa booth. That Kenyan coffee barbecue beef tenderloin was one of our very favorites this year with our reviewers. This is brand new. There's lots of textures and flavors going on here, and we were super impressed with this one. Now, of course, one of our favorite booths every year is the Flavors from Fire booth, where we're going to get that smoked corned beef, so delicious, with those crispy potatoes, which are basically potato chips, but not quite completely crispy. They're still potatoes, but they're almost potato chips, so they're really, really good, flavorful, fun texture. Then you've got that amazing cheese on top, that smoked corned beef, those pickled onions, really delicious. Lots of flavors, again, here coming together to make one of our favorite festival dishes. So those are our best of the fest, but not all of them. We've got a few honorable mentions in that PDF that I mentioned. If you head over to disneyfoodblog.com/2019 Best of the Fest, you can go ahead and sign up for our newsletter and grab that PDF. And also, of course, we have eaten everything at the festival. So head over to disneyfoodblog.com. There's a food and wine link right at the top you can click on, and you can get to all the pictures and all the menus and all the prices for every single item in the booths. So go check that out. Definitely look at those things before you go. You don't want to go to the festival without knowing what you're going to get at the World Showcase booths, because you don't want to waste your money on the wrong stuff. So go check out what they look like. Go get a feel for what those menus are like and what the pricing is. So thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. We hope you have a great time at the festival this year. And also don't forget to check out dfbstore.com, our Food and Wine Festival guide. Our DFB guide to the Epcot Food and Wine Festival 2019 is in there. Lots of information, tons of tips, great details, and of course our exclusive schedule of events for every single day of the festival is in that book. We hope you have a great time, you guys. Thanks for turning to us for all of your food and wine information. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.